show them that give me 4 years. Let's run away together to Addis Ababa. And I told her, standing, I'm crying, I'm scared. And also I don't want to let my parents down. So I called you here today. My story, on social media, I'm getting married as a second wife. I wanted to see people's reaction because when I was a child, I was being married off as a second wife. Which one we are?
Hi everyone. Hi. My name is Kay, her sister. Literally, this is my best friend. So the video you just saw is my niece cosplaying my sister. Yasmin, as you know her, most of you know her as Kashmir on Instagram. She's fine, she's jovial, she's all of that. But behind all that, she's been through a lot. This video depicts what she's been through. Our parents, may their souls rest in peace. I think they didn't know any better. None of them had been through school. But they used to sell Kashmir off so many times, including when she was doing her KCSE exams. Literally a grade 8 student. She's good now. She's got this. She's gonna tell her story.
What happened is that I was so good in school. So when we were supposed to do my KCSE examination, my mom walked in my room. She told me, usijisumbue kusoma because unaolewa in 3 days time. Because my elder sister was supposed to be married to this old man, but she ran away. So I was the other option. And I remember mathematics is my favorite subject, but the next day we got one paper of mathematics. And I really cried myself to bed because a 13-year-old girl being told you're going to be married off is something so painful. So the next day I went into class. And I remember kila mtu akipatiwa pepa yao ya mathematics, everybody was nervous and all of that, but I was crying. My paper was like soaked in tears. And I remember the invigilator asking me, why are you crying? And you had 8 years to prepare for this exam. And I wanted to tell her, but I was scared that my parents would be arrested because who marries off a 13-year-old girl to a 40-something-year-old man? So after 3 days of doing our exams, everybody was happy. I remember the boys climbing the trees, walikuwa wanararua their shirts because they were happy they're done with this chapter of their lives. But I was scared because I knew what I was going to. I was going to an old man. It was so painful. I remember when the bus dropped us off, our home stage, it was like 5 minutes walk, but I walked for like 2 hours because I was standing, I'm crying, I'm scared. And also I don't want to let my parents down. So they didn't tell me what happened after that because walinyamazia. And after some time I came to learn that the guy Juli Mzungu alisema that's an underage girl, I'm not gonna marry her. Then after that I was taken to a certain school, high school, and I really wanted to prove to my parents. I remember even my classmates making fun of me. They were like, oh, Chobi, she's showing off. Because I used to read, because I wanted to show them that give me 4 years. I wanted to tell them, give me 4 years. And I'm going to show you that I'm going to pass. This is so bad.
It's not.
Give me 4 years to complete my high school. I'm gonna go to university. I'm gonna pass, and I'm gonna make you guys rich. Then Form 1 came. I was the first student. I got an A, and the second term came. They were selling me off again because we were in debt. So I remember we came for midterm, and then after that kulikuwa na wanaume wamekuja kuniomba. When we went back to school, my dad came to get me, and he told me, by the way, if you dare cry or show any signs that inakuoza, I'll beat the hell out of you. And I was looking at the principal's eyes. I was like, please, I hope you know what I'm going through. I can't say, but I hope you know by my body language. But the principal was like, this girl is so intelligent. Why do you want to take her from school? The excuse was, we're moving back to Ethiopia. So that's why we're taking her from school. After like 2 weeks of being home, I was being taught how to cook and how to be good to a man. And I remember there's a neighbor of mine who was a girl, pia alikuwa anaolewa. And she told me, let's run away together to Addis Ababa. And I told her, mimi nimelelewa Nyahururu, najua Kikuyu. Sasa tukienda Addis Ababa kwenye wanaongea Amharic, sikitaniramba. She said, hapana, tutakuwa tunauza tea and coffee on the roadside and we will survive like that. The next morning I went to look for the girl. She had already left without me. So I didn't know how to maneuver that. I had to stay home. And after some time, somebody came and told my mom, you know that guy, he's in the army, he has a wife, and he beats his wife vibaya sana. So I don't know why you want to send your daughter to that guy. So I think they felt guilty or something, and he stole from us, by the way. I think it's karma. So he stole from them. And then I didn't attend my second term and third term, Form 1. Then a year later, my dad felt guilty. He took me back to Form 1. And the principal said here in Nairobi, she said, you cannot take her back to we cannot take her to Form 2. She has to go back to Form 1. I was like, you know what? Even if you tell me to go back to grade 1, I will. As long as I'm in school and not being sold off to a man, then I'm ready. But then I wanted to prove to my dad. And I remember the principal was like, will you go back to Form 1? I was like, yes, I'll go back to Form 1. And in that school, they used to give us certificates. Best in this, best in that, best in that. And I remember after our first term, the principal was like, best in English,
Yes, me.
best in math,
Yes, me.
best in...
Yes, me.
I was the first one, of course. And I really wanted to prove to him that, please give me a chance, let me stay in school. After that, second term came, my dad passed away. We had to move to Ethiopia. And I was like, if we move back to Ethiopia, I know the first thing my mom is going to do, she'll sell me off. So I have to run away. And I remember that morning I called Ikran. My mom had sold everything. She had like 100,000 Kenyan shillings. I just took 500 shillings. I told Ikran, I'm going to run away to Nairobi and I'm going to try and figure out my life. Remember, matatu from Nyahururu to Nairobi, it was 450 shillings. I could have taken 20,000. But I only took 500 shillings. Nikafika Nairobi, I was so stranded. There was a guy, alikuwa ananikatia. Akani promise a lot because he was 28. I was 16, 17 at that time. I moved in with the guy. He promised me a lot, but now he started changing on me. I remember I used to love doing YouTube videos, and I used to do makeup tutorials on my YouTube. And I remember there's a day we fought so much. He took all my makeup products and put them in the toilet. Na sasa cause I couldn't afford to buy other makeup products, I took them from there. I had to upload a video the next day, so I used the products zenye zilikuwa kwa choo. Niliziosha, nikazikausha, and then I used them the next day. And that actually ilitupatia gig, tukaitwa Lintons. We went there, we were so happy. That's the first time actually we had champagne with Ikran. Yeah, we were so happy. And the guy was so mean to me, because anytime we had an argument, he would take a photo of my uniform and he would tell people, you know what? She's a school dropout, she's a high school dropout, hajamaliza shule. And I used to tell him, listen, right now, I'm a lion. You've hurt me and all of that, but when I get out of here, I will heal. And I promise you, in whatever hole you're going to be in, you will hear of me. And he used to laugh at me. Then I remember my sister came to stay with us. Akaenda uni, imagine sijamaliza high school bado. And then she was like, you just go back to high school. I was like, it's so embarrassing, but yeah. We looked for schools. I actually invited my principal here. He couldn't make it, but that guy really helped me because every school I went to, hawakuwa wananikubali. So that guy akatukubali in that school, and I remember it was so hard for me because now we're living all the way side Kamiti Road. Now I'm going all the way to Kabete, and the guy is like, I can't pay fare for her and you, which is valid also. Let's to his end alifanya venye anaweza. He couldn't afford that, so we decided she used to come from uni, anakuja 5, anatengeneza samosas, then in the morning I fry the samosas and then I go sell them ndio nikiwa naenda shule in my uniform. So she's going to university, I'm going to high school, and she's younger than me. So I remember tukiwa archives, I had like hizo samosa ndani ya bucket, and I was so scared because the street kids pale archives walikuwa wanatusumbua sana, and I asked a guy, please can I just stand next to you because they complement each other, unauza kangumu, unauza samosa, can I do that? He refused, and I was so hurt. Nikasema nitarudi hizo samosa jioni. So nikaingia nayo kwa matatu. I remember the lady next to me, she was like, nani anauza mamandazi? I was so scared. I was like, I'm sorry, mimi nauza samosa. She's like, tuuzie. Nikawapatia. Dereva akasema nipatie 3. Conductor akasema nipatie 4. Oh, thank you. Zinakuanga 30 but tukweni na 25. That's really grand baadaye jioni. And then like the remainder, I took it to school. Nikauzia the students in my class. The teacher walked in, he was like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm selling samosas. He was like, so to let my staff room. I was so happy. Went home, I told Ikran, do you know what? Now I have a business for us. We have matatu people. We have demand. We're going to supply them. We have students in my class and we have teachers also. We're going to supply them with that. I remember the guy that I was dating at that time alikuwa anaenda kazi at 9 or 10. But sasa alikuwa atu stress. Anaamka saa 10 ya usiku tena tunapika samosa. He goes into that bucket and looks for the fattest samosa. Hiyo ndio ya 50 bob chukua hizi zingine. Hadi tena alikuwa ananiambia mtafutie tule tudogo umpeleke before akuje aanze kutuchukulia. That way I finished my high school. But before that, it was so challenging for me because the guys that we were studying with walikuwa nakuja naambia kinisaidieni na hii because niliacha shule kitambo. Wako like we kaa kando, wacha sisi tushikanishe akili yetu tusome. I can't tell you, she's like, don't worry, you got this. Because it was like 2-3 months I had to study for KCSE. I remember that morning at KCSE, I can't do this. History sijai soma. She's like, you know what, let's just manifest and pray and hope that whatever we read today, she had her exams. I will get supplementary, I can repeat that, but I cannot repeat KCSE. You cannot repeat KCSE. So she opened her history book, my history book. She was like, can you read about World War? And I'm telling you, the moment I went to your exam, your history, the first question was World War. I was like, oh God, you're on my side at least. And then after that, nikafanya my KCSE. I didn't get the marks that I deserved because I knew I'd get an A or a B easily, but I got a C, and I was the first student in that school.
That's an A to me to this day. I celebrate that so much. I'm like, that's an A in my books.
Yeah. So that was after many years of quitting school, and I got that. And my mom akakuja akasema, you know what? She's doing medicine. You're going to be an engineer. I'm so proud of you guys. Akaniambia, you know, your faith can move mountains. She even said, I wish hata mimi ningekupatia your opportunity. She apologized. She didn't know better. She was married off when she was 12. Do you know that day my mom started learning how to read and write in English? And she was 40-something at that point. I was the happiest. Because now I was going to school. And then, thank God, I'm going to choose both of you to be the strongest soldiers. Because after the first semester, my mom died. Yeah, alilala kabisa hakuamka. Then my small brother who has cerebral palsy and autism came to live with us and my siblings. Tulikuwa tunaangaliana na Cries hivi tunasema, oh my god, what are we going to do? We looked for a nanny to help us. We continued with school, but ikakuwa hard for us because we're going to school, we have like a small salon, we go to that salon, we open it, tunaenda shule, then 5, tunarudi tena kazi hadi 10, then we go home. I remember there's a day I told Ikran, I feel so weird, can we go home? It was at around 4 p.m. Nikamwambia, I feel so weird, can we go home? When we went home, tuka knock for like 5 minutes straight and the nanny was not opening the door. We were like, this is so weird. Kufungua, you know, like the way ukilala uko na hizo sleep marks. She had those sleep marks. Nilingia straight to my brother's room. I was like, where's my brother? She said, oh sorry, nilimsahau. It was raining, cats and dogs. Ilikuwa inapoa so heavily. And alimsahau kwa balcony. And I felt so bad because we're going to school, we are hustling so hard, and tunakulipa, why are you not looking after him, even put him in his bedroom? And that day, we had to make the hardest decision again, to quit school.
Hard as this may be, that's literally your story. It might seem like a 3-4 mic to tell you what this is about. We really appreciate that all of you took the time to join us here today. We see the role that you play in society, each and every one of you. That's why we single-handedly handpicked each and every one of you, walked the mile to give you invites because we see the difference that you make in society. So I'm going to hand the mic to Kash and let her introduce you guys.
Ikran loves skipping to the good part. Wacha niendelee kidogo. So when we dropped out of school, niliambia Ikran, you know what? Let's call, before we dropped out, we called our big sister, we called our auntie, we called everybody. We were like, mnaweza tuangalia our brother, we will work, tuta hustle, tutaenda shule, we'll send you the money, we'll do everything. Kila mtu alikataa. So we were like, we'll drop out of school, moja atakuwa anaenda kazi, moja anaenda anaangalia our brother, we switch. Then I told my sister, do you know what? It's either do or die for us. We either do it or we die. So, tukachukua kadudu yetu. I remember that time we were vlogging. We went to Kibiricha. We were almost killed, unalived, because we started doing like the craziest things. I was like, we were not sleeping, we were thinking of business ideas. Tukaenda rent shamba, tukalipa mtu atupandie cabbages. We went with a lorry. Tukichukua cabbages zetu, huyo mtu atukuza na panga at 6 a.m. I'm like, what the hell? Wacha kwanza nikwambie story yangu. But neighbors came through for us. We were so young. Tulikuwa tumekondeana kabisa juu tulikuwa na shida mingi. And then we took the cabbages all the way to Moyale, Marsabit, Wajir, because huko tulikuwa tunazipata na 15, 10 bob. And then kwenye tunaenda kuziuza ni 70, 120, 100 bob. And then when we come back na mbuzi. I remember tulijaza mbuzi kwa lorry. Cries is looking at me like this, anasema na tukikosa kuziuza na tunaishi kwa apartment, tutazipeleka wapi? And then tukakuja Kiamaiko. Nobody was even concentrating on us because wanaona ni watoto wadogo. It's like a cartel or something. And I remember that the lorry guy is telling us, sitalala na hizi mbuzi zenyu, mimi nataka kuenda. We had to pay 5 shillings. It was 10 bob. 10 shillings per head ya hizo mbuzi ziwekwe kwa shed ndio tukuje kuziuza the next day. But let me tell you, when you believe in something and you manifest truly, in our work miracles, because those guys were selling. A guy walked straight to us, akanunua mbuzi zetu zote without even having a broker do it for us. That is the time that we started now doing Airbnbs, doing this, doing that, because tulisema we have to survive. And then after that, I had to go back to school. I was like, you know what? The biggest assets we have is our mind, our brain. So to waste a lot of money. It's like you have gold under your bed, no matter what. I went back to school. She's going back to school to finish her veterinary medicine. And right now I'm doing software engineering. Sayyid lazy, I can even hack that ex of mine. If I decided to, say, okay, nimeshinda nikiforsiwa into marriage, I think I don't belong in school, and I decided that was my fate, then I wouldn't be here today. I would be struggling somewhere in, where? Sololo. Marsabit. But right now, we say, it's do or die for us. We've got to do this. And I told the clan, you know what? Our brother, we quit school because of our brother. He has cerebral palsy, he has autism. We can't take care of him. I told the clan, it's time to stop saying, why us? And say, by the way, God mbona ametuletea hii idea. You have a problem, look for the solution. I told her, monetize your traumas. That's how we came by with Biba Home Care, which is a facility for the elderly and children with autism and CP. I was like, as much as we want to do good to the society, we monetize it. That's how we came with that idea. The next one, where we are here today, I was like, I love school, but my parents always forced me to get married. So for me, it was a thin line between marriage and education. Na naona mimi nichopi shule, mbona nashinda nikitolewa. I was like, since they decided to sleep and not get up, I might as well continue with my education. And because they wanted me to get married, an arranged marriage without my consent, I will invite people. I'll invite Trisha. Wange-invite Trisha. Wange-invite watu wenye wao wanataka. Wange-invite Voda. Wange-invite Voda. So I invited people, even my bridesmaids, the craziest ones, the fun ones, Kina Tazola, Kina Sean. I was like, I will choose the people that I want. Because wangenivalisha dress ya white, ama buibui, ama dera, but I will wear a suit. And today I'm getting married to Bollington, the love of my life. It's a training institute. So, yeah. Thank you so much. Bollington.
It's like our parents. Take that with a pinch of salt. It's a joke, guys.
I'm on a badge. So, Bollington Training Institute is a college, but we are hoping it will grow into a university. The biggest one, not only in Kenya, East Africa, the whole of Africa to hell. Because we decided, you know what? We're going to do what?
Monetize our traumas.
We're going to monetize on our traumas. Because the guy that I was dating, alikuwa ananitisha na every time tukikosana, she's a school dropout. But check that. Right now, I'm a director of a college. Lucky! And everybody that I invited here is a powerhouse. I invited everyone. Tuliketi, tukasema, who will we invite? This person. Because I know for a fact, you wouldn't sit and watch a 13-year-old getting married off. I picked the people that I know in the society. You're a powerhouse and you're a person who will speak up. Na usikubali mtoto like what is happening in Mahimahio. They're selling off children at 50 shillings. This is something that is going on. You saw on social media the other day. A father and a mom was shooting like walikuwa nafanya watoto wafanye some crazy things, explicit videos, and they're selling it. They're monetizing on the children. So what I'm going to tell you today, guys, you have that trauma. Example, my sister was suffering, alikuwa na struggle sana na acne, and every time she met people, they were like, "Hey, suko na acne, suko na nini?" Alikuwa ananiambia every time, I feel so bad, and I told her, no, that's what?
You should monetize your trauma. Yeah, that's my trauma, and I monetized it.
And she monetized it, and right now she's selling products for acne. You monetize all your traumas. And let me tell you, the magic is in the thing you fear the most. I was so scared of people knowing that I was a dropout. But right now I'm so proud that I'm a software engineer. Like, clock it. When you know the most, you can make magic out of it. And the people I called here today, you guys are so great. I love you all. Naweza keti hapa niwaambie one by one why I called you. You are so great. you do so much for this society. And I was like, if I called you here today, my story, on social media, I'm getting married as a second wife. I wanted to see people's reaction because when I was a child, I was being married off as a second wife. So I see people are saying, she's probably getting married to a rich man, ndo anakubali kuwa a second wife. But what about that child? Did she have a choice? She did. I said I was getting married to a Congo guy because I was like, let me kill two birds with one stone. What is happening in Congo? Let's shed light in what's happening in Congo. Children are in the mines. So I was like, let's talk about Congo as we talk about being married off as a second wife. Let's see people's reaction. In reality, Burlington Training Institute. And also guys, I have a gift for you. So we have some courses that we're giving out free, but you have to like pick from, she'll go around, you have to pick. You get a chance either to gift one of your family members or you can join us, you do it yourself at our training institute.